gracing the parade again. Vehicle number 5, 1969 Mercury, rebuilt into a slide-back recovery vehicle fitted with high-up crane and winch. Not a lot known about the early history of this vehicle, but from registration number probably new to Parker's Transport of Bolton before passing to James Obertelli of Bolton. Quite an impressive recovery vehicle. No, don't want to come in across. Alan Syme from Dundee once again. Brought down a different vehicle this year. His Mammoth Major, converted now into a Chinese 6 recovery vehicle. Underlift specification. Quite an interesting vehicle which has now been reworked extensively from its original form when it was built as a Mammoth Major 8. Followed round by Alan's Mark 5 Mandator, restored in the colours of Allinson's Transport of Dundee, famous haulage company from Dundee, run a large fleet of AECs, 50s, 60s, 70s. That one's so typical of their fleet. Number 131, another late entry, 1962 Mercury, well turned out, owned by Peter Fowkes, Livestock in Leicestershire, powered by the AV470 engine. 1951 Mammoth Major Mark III six-wheeler, Jim and Joy Lyon of Nottingham, originally built as a refueler for the Royal Navy, now restored to flat platform configuration. Nice to see a London Brick Mammoth Major Mark V 8-wheeler. This one, as it came out of service with London Brick, originally new in 1965, where it was used for moving unburnt bricks in one of London Brick Company's many brickworks in the Peterborough, Bedford area. Converted into a driver training vehicle by them and served with the London Brick Company until the early 1980s. Quite unusual for a Mark V, as it's fitted with the AV691 engine. John Reynolds classic lineup from the 1960s, Mercury tractor unit with 4-in-line trailer. Long wheelbase Mercury tractor unit, new to the MOD, and saw service at their Porton Down establishment until the 1980s, when it was purchased by a West Country second-hand commercial vehicle dealer, bought by John from him. Scottish Soldier is the 1965 Mark V Mandator, originally new to Munros of Aberdeen, saw all its service life with them, from being main fleet vehicle through to the yard shunter. Purchased by Daniel Stewart about 10 years ago, restored by him, now owned by Kevin Dennis. Kevin's added to it this year his 4-in-line trailer, again completing a classic lineup from the mid-60s. Richard Cresswell's 1961 Mustang, of which 350 Mustangs were built between 56 and 61 at the Maudsley factory. Cab is by Oswald Tillotson, and that one, as many Mustangs was a tanker originally. The restoration took 4 years and started in 1986, powered by the AV470 engine. 1958 Mercury, number 16, Craven's Homeloid cab, spent all of its working life in Lincolnshire hauling sugar beet, and was in fact bought by Richard in 1974 and rebuilt by him to a very high standard. Richard bringing up his convoy in his 1951 Mammoth Major Mark III, again built for the operated by the ministry, later passed to contract in 1976. Been restored and won many awards in its many years on the rally circuit. 64, the Maudsley Mobile Mark III, built when Maudsley was part of the AEC group and saw service with a Showman until 1978 when it was bought for preservation, powered by the 7.7 litre engine. 65 is Tony Lloyd's Maudsley Meritor, and that one was new to BRS Nottingham branch in 1949, bought for restoration in 1979. The cab was built by Tillotson's and the engine is of course the AEC 9.6. Number 23, the 1970 Mercury tractor, owned by Robin Smith of Bradford, new to a Skipton Civil Engineering Company, who used it for low loader and tipping trailer transport. Sold in the early 80s and converted to a recovery vehicle, bought by the present owner in 87 and in the process of being restored to its original condition, still fitted with its original AV505 engine. Number 83, an interesting vehicle, the last Mammoth Major 8 to be built by AEC at Southall, and also the very last AEC lorry to be built. Saw service until 1989 on timber haulage, where it was fitted with an Atlas crane. Now owned by Kevin Dennis of Wainfleet, and was bought for preservation by him in 1991, within days of being cut up. But historically an important vehicle. Number 81, 1976 Marshall, which was in service with an owner-driver at Whittlesey near Peterborough until 1990, where it was used for carrying bricks for the London Brick Company. Very lightweight specification in that it's a trailing axle configuration with an all-aluminium flat. So you'd be looking at a payload, something in the region of 17.5 tonnes on there, powered by the AV505 engine. Number 24, 1937 Matador 4x2, very rare vehicle, originally operated by Timothy Whites and Taylor's the chemist with a drawbar trailer, grossing 22 tonnes. Passed into Showman's service in the mid-1950s and it was bought by the present owner in 1969, powered by the 7.7 litre engine. Could well be the only surviving 4x2 Matador, and quite unusual that it's been in one ownership since 1969. Number 121, well-known vehicle on the preservation circuit, the 1957 Mercury, owned by Jim Reed of Enfield, originally new to Shell as a tanker and now converted to Jim's style of living van. Jim operated it in his own transport business until the 1982, probably one of the last Part Royal Cab Mercuries still in service. Number 38, another classic lineup from the 60s, Mercury tractor, 4-in-line trailer. All the way from Draperstown in County Derry, Northern Ireland, quite an epic journey across the ferry on the roads of Northern Ireland and England. So every credit to the owner, Michael McGeehan, for bringing it along today. First saw service with R.C. Watson and Company Limited of Harrow before passing to Walker's Haulage and Plant Hire of Derbyshire. He was bought 4 years ago by the present owner in Cheshire, powered by the AV470 engine.